So we will start standing up and take the chair. We can get rid of the blanket for the time being and then take the chair so that the four legs are on the yoga mat. We will do two different asanas. So it's almost like warrior pose position to Uttita Asta Parangustasa one. So warrior one, warrior one in that one leg is straight and the other one is bent. We want to start warming up the hip flexors on the front of the standing leg. And then with that same station, so the same leg down, the same leg up, we will take the leg to the heel and move forwards. This one, the moving the torso forwards is to extend the hamstring of the raised leg a little. And of course, you don't have to reach for the toes. You can reach the thigh or the shin or the ankle or the toes. Wherever you reach is fine. So basically, we will combine arms up and arms down, wherever the arms reach. So we will all start doing it slowly and then we'll add some pace. So first of all, standing Tadasana, we will need to measure the distance first so that the back leg, your left leg, is a little bit slanted already as it is. So we don't want a vertical leg because otherwise then it's going to be very difficult to stretch the right leg. So start in such a way that the back leg is at a diagonal. Turn the toes of the left foot slightly out, heel slightly in. And then the beginning of it will be just focus on extending the tailbone down, lifting the pubic bone up, and take the ball of the right foot to the seat of the chair. So that knee is not opening. Grip the hips, and then we can start going forwards, pushing from the center of your buttocks and still lifting the abdomen and the pubic bone up, and then coming back. Go forwards and back, forwards and back, all the way. You keep the heel of the left foot on the ground. We can now start adding the arms. So as we go forwards, just as we would do in warrior one position, stretch your arms. You can even bring your the tip of the fingers together and then down by your sides. We will add now the stretching forward. So as we come to warrior pose, then you pull backwards from the hips, come onto the heel of the right and stretch forwards with a concave back, okay? So you don't have to have that the hands around your feet, but you do have to have a straight back and the outer right hip cutting backwards, not just down, because down will mean that we're sitting on the left hip. So cut back. Hug the leg wherever you reach, and then bring the arms up and warrior one. Bending the right leg, and then straighten the right. Uttita Asta Parangustasana one. Upwards and down. Warrior one, stretch the right. Bend it and stretch it. Now we'll speed it up a little. So we'll start from warrior one, keeping the back leg absolutely straight at all times. So we'll do it 10 times, all right? So from here, arms up, extend the right, bend the right, extend the right, bend it. 5, I think, 6, 7, keep the concave back, keep the abdomen lifting, and then stay down here. Can you catch the sides of the seat of the chair and lengthen the spine some more? And then bend that leg, bring that leg back into Tadasana, and take a moment there just to feel the outer thigh and front thigh of the standing leg and the hamstring, so the back of the thigh of the raised leg. Swap sides now. So stand. From Tadasana, you want to step back a little so that right leg is now at a diagonal. And when you extend the left, you can still keep the leg vertical and not too far back. So from here, we know what we're doing. So let's start just warming up the left leg and the front of the thigh of the right. So lift the abdomen, lengthen the tailbone. When you go down, when you go back from the inner right groin back to the wall behind you. Keeping, for people who are used to hyperextending the knees, so micro bend that right leg, micro bend it, and then do the action from the inner groin. So Kate, Green, and Kirsty, you may be better off slightly bending the right leg. And now we'll add the arms. So forwards, lift the arms, back, forwards and back, forwards, and grip the hips. Maintain the stability in your hips, and then we'll start extending the body forward. So really carefully the first time, it's the first stretch in the morning, extend your left buttock back, concave your back. And then bend it, bend the left knee, lift your arms up, lift the chest, and then again, one more time. 2, Utthita Hasta Parangustasana 1, Warrior 1. Now that we know what we're doing, we should all maintain that back leg straight at all times, but we'll speed up. So from Warrior 1 to straighten the leg, bend and straight, forward and back, forward and back, 10 times. I don't really know how many times we've done, but let's keep it going. One more. And stay down, stretching it. Extend the heel away from you. Pull up the 2 knees and thighs and roll the shoulders back. So you don't have to catch the chair here. You can stay with your hands on the shins or on the thighs, wherever you reach, but concave the back. Extend the back of the thigh. Bend the leg, push your bodies back, and then come into Tadasana. And again, take a moment to breathe and feel the difference in one hamstring and the other, and the front of the right thigh. We will now, this is a pose. Let's do it standing up. We'll do Garudasana. We know what Garudasana is. It's this eagle pose. We will do it only with the arms, because what I would like is for all of us to create mobility around the shoulder blade area. So the chair will be used in just a second, but first we will come with the arms to a goal pose position, and then bending the right arm over the left, and then clap with the other. So we've done this pose before. The 2 palms are facing one another. The 2 thumbs should be facing your face. And now what I want is to start, I'm going to stay for a moment kneeling here so you can see the movement. Let's imagine that we're marking a circle with the fingertips, the top fingertips. So we want to go to the side, to the back, to the other side, to the top, and then do it to the other side. So we are only just moving the dorsal spine area, keeping the elbows tight and keeping the thumbs away from me. Turning as if I am marking a perfect circle with the tip of the fingers of the top arm. So I'm not going backwards. I just want to create extension at the back. Do it a couple of times to each side, and then we will change the crossing. So keep the stability around the hips, stability around the waist. Is only just the top of your spine that's moving. Inhale, open the arms, really stretch backwards. Now we're crossing the left elbow on top of the right and the hands together. Lift the elbows slightly, take the thumbs away from your face, and then we will start towards the to the right. So only just move the dorsal, feel the massage. Feel the massage, make a beautiful circle with the fingertips of your left arm. Make it deep, so 3 circles to one side. Come back, 3, lift the abdomen, keep the grip in the hips. Lift the elbows away from your chest. Mark a beautiful circle. You can follow the circle with the gaze and then release the arms. So now we will sit on the chair just as we would normally sit on a chair, but only just on the edge, the front edge. And then you will take your hands back, as far back as your chair will allow. And we will do a very similar action. So what I want is for you to mark a circle with the dorsal spine, forwards and back, that way. So spinning around, you know those acrobats that have one little rod and then the plates dancing around. So the thoracic, actually the rib cage is your plate and your spine is the little rod. Keep your hands back, the fingers can be facing forward. And now just contract the spine in such a way that you are dancing around that rod with the rib cage. So do 5 circles to each side. You want to keep the buttocks stable, so the buttocks and the hip bones are not moving. There's no tilting action of the pelvis here. It's just the rib cage coming forwards and back. It's a very subtle circle or circular motion of the thoracic, chest, and spine. And then release. And now we can get rid of the chair. We won't be needing it anymore, hopefully. We will need now the bricks and the blanket. The same action we did a moment ago with the chair going forwards and back, we will now do with the hands on the bricks and one leg by the brick. So let me just show you very briefly and then we'll do it all together. The initiating position is child's pose with the toes tucked under. But if you have any knee injuries, you can do it from downward dog, okay? So any kind of going backwards instead of going towards the buttocks to the heels, you can do downward dog. This is for those of you who have knee injuries. Otherwise, let me show you. The position will be from child's pose. You know how much you've got to extend your arms. And that is your position. The hands will not move. The elbows are locked. And then we will come with the right leg to the outside of the right brick. And then we will go back and forth on that leg. Then we will add some movement. But the basic action is that one. If you need extra padding, fold the blanket even more for the knee, because I am aware that we're all actually rolling on the knee. So take the distance by either doing downward dog or child's pose. And that's the distance for your hands. Lengthen the arms away. Rotate the upper arms away from your ears. And then look up at your hands. Lift and come with your right foot outside your right brick. Parallel to the right brick. This is an intense stretch of the thigh, of the back leg, and the hamstring of the front leg. So lift the pubic bone and the hip bones up and extend the buttocks back, extend the right leg back now. So we are bending and stretching the front thigh of the left and going back, stretching the back and stretching the back of the right leg. Lift the foot when you go back. One more time, forwards and back. Now forwards to a neutral position, release the right foot and come back to child's pose or downward dog. Inhale, look up at your hands. Let's repeat with the left. So the right knee is still on the ground. Extend the hip flexors and lift from the pubic bone all the way up to the chest. From here, take your buttocks back, extend the left leg and extend the heel and lift the toes. The torso still concave. Forward, lift the pubic bone, backwards, extend the left leg. One more time, forwards, lift the chest, roll the shoulders back, and back to the hamstring stretch. Come back to a neutral position and all the way down to child's pose. So now from here, we will repeat a very similar action, but we will add a little bit of an arch, not an arch, but a rotation of your thoracic spine, just as we've been doing. From that same original position, either child's pose or downward dog, depending on whether you have knee injuries, I will do it to this the left side first so you can see where I'm going. So I am taking the left leg up and I will be lengthening the left hand or the same hand as leg I bent forward, lengthen back and away from that leg. And then as I come back, I will thread the needle. We did something very similar last time. So going forwards, I open my chest away from that bent leg, and going backwards, I will thread the needle. So I am still doing that kind of thoracic circle that we did on the chair a moment ago. We'll do it 3 times to each side. Okay? Let's do this. Hands on the bricks already. Bend into child's pose or downward dog. Look up at your hands. Right leg forward, left leg back, left knee is on the ground. Lift your pubic bone. Now release your right hand from the brick and almost feel that you're pulling a curtain. So draw the curtains with your arm, or you can even close the fist for extra strength. And lift your chest up. When we go back and we straighten the right leg, you want to thread the right arm between the left leg and arm. One more time, forwards, draw that curtain on the ceiling, and backwards. Extend the right hamstring. Keep the stability in the abdomen and in your stability in the abdomen and in your hips. Lift up and go back. All right, let's change sides. Going back to child's pose. Inhale, bend the left knee forward. Right knee is on the ground. Grip the hips and lift the pubic bone. Now, we are rotating the torso so that we're coming away from that bent leg, front bent leg. Draw the curtains. You can even close a fist and then set your buttocks back and thread the left hand between the right arm and leg. One more time, forwards, draw the curtains, back. And one more time, forwards and up and open the chest and back. Thread deeply. 2 hands on the floor, on the bricks, I mean, come back down to a child's position, extend that trunk and extend the arms, extend the toes. If you cannot do that, go to downward dog. Okay. We will add something extra to this, which is a pivot in Paragasana. So let me show you. We will come forwards again, taking the one leg towards the front, and then that back leg will not stay facing back. We will come forwards, and then the stretch will be a lateral stretch. So we will do the same action laterally. We don't have to straighten this leg fully. It's just to begin that kind of diving action of the arm, and also hitting action of the hips, going away from the front leg. I will guide you through it and we'll do it all together. So I'll start with the left, but let's pretend it's the right. Come from child's pose, tuck your toes under. Look up at your hands. Up you come. Release your right leg by the right brick. And now your left knee stays on the ground, but pivot so that your shin goes backwards. Your shin is now facing the wall behind you. Yes? So the right leg, the left leg is turning, the left lower leg is turning towards the back. And now lift the left arm up and keep the hips going towards the leg on the floor and the arm stretching to where the right foot is. Go back, draw those curtains. So bend the right knee more, stretch the hips away. Bend and come forward, stretch the hips away. One more time, bend and stretch the hips away. Bring the two hands onto the brick again. Pivot that bottom leg, shin again down to child's pose position. Inhale, look up and lift again. Now the left leg is coming forward. Turn the shin and the foot of the right to face the wall behind you and release the right arm away from the brick. Now we're drawing the curtains, bending a little bit more deeply on that left knee, and then stretching that leg, stretching that arm. Draw the curtains, open the chest, bend the left knee, and pull the hips on the opposite direction to straighten. One more time, and straighten. One more. Open the chest, and lengthen your arm, lengthen your chest. Two hands on the bricks. Turn the shin of the left leg back. Prepare the foot to child's pose and bring yourselves to child's pose one more time. All right. When you're ready, you may get rid of the blanket now, as we are going to do something very similar without touching the knees on the ground. So we're going to add extra action here. Let me show you, and then we will do it all together. Instead of coming from child's pose, we will all come from downward dog, and the right leg is coming forward. And this time around, we will take the right arm back. We will do a side stretch first, where we extend. So sideways, I am stretching my body away from my two legs. So from here, we will draw the curtains, stretch the two knees, and then thread to the shin of the back leg. Then draw the curtains once more and come down. And we'll swap sides. I'll do it on the other side so you can see. From this kind of lizard position, my knees not on the ground, this kind of lizard position, draw the curtains, and then I stretch back away to the wall behind me. My body is going away from my two legs. Then I draw the curtains again, go back to my shin of the back leg, draw the curtains, come back to that lizard position where we started, and back to downward dog. Let's do that all together. It's simple. It looks more complicated than it is. It's basically opening, stretching laterally, opening once more, stretching back, and then open once more, and then swap sides. Right? So keep the stability, gripping the abdomen to the spine and the two hips together, even if the legs are doing completely different things. So 2 hands on bricks, come up onto down dog, extend the legs, extend the arms. Now look up at your hands. The right leg is coming forward to the brick. Extend, fully extend your left leg. Release the right arm away from the brick and draw those curtains. Now extend laterally away from the right hip. Stretch your two legs and take your body to the wall behind you. Lift the abdomen. Draw the curtains away again. So bending the right knee again, pull back with your torso and your right shoulder. Go inwards now, so the right hand wants to reach the left shin, but two legs are straight. Draw the curtains once more, so the right knee is bending again. 2 hands on the brick. Back into downward dog. Swap sides, left leg forwards. Draw the curtains. Laterally stretch the two legs and the torso to the wall behind you. Open the chest when you're doing that. Draw the curtains again, so bend the left knee. And now draw inwards, so the left hand touches the right shin, Two legs are straight. Now bend the left, draw the curtains, down with your hand, 2 hands on bricks, down and back for downward dog. One more time, right leg, draw the curtains. Now, extend sideways, 2 legs are extending and the abdomen is lifting. Draw the curtains, bend the right, extend the right, extend your right arm back to the left shin. Draw the curtains last time and then take it to the brick. Extend the 2 legs back. And now, left leg. This is our last side. Draw the left hand up and back. Extend the 2 legs and body. Extend the body away from the left hip. Now draw the curtains again, bend the left leg. Go all the way inwards towards the right shin with the left hand. One more time, draw the curtains, open that chest, and then 2 hands on bricks and back to dog. You can kneel and rest a little, or you can do child's pose to rest. We will do now familiar poses for us, Trikonasana and Parshva Kunasana, but originating it from this pose. So from these poses that we've just done, we normally go from the ceiling to the floor. This time around, because we have the bricks, eventually you can lift the bricks up, but we will stay as low down as we can. I will show you on the left side again so you can see. From downward dog, we will come into that kind of stretch. Instead of turning away from my bent leg, I will turn in towards my my bent leg. So drawing the curtains into my bent leg. And from there, we will stay for Trikonasana, extending the torso as low down as I can. If the hamstrings are an issue here, or the adductor muscles are an issue, you can always bring the brick higher and extend, extend, extend. Then as you bend your leg, you lower the brick, and we will do Parshva Kunasana from here, and then turn back to that lizard position and come back to dog. Okay, so that drawing the curtains occurs, but with the opposite hand. So there is no twist happening. Shall we try? It's fun. Anyone having wrist pain, take your hands out to the sides and have the fingers hanging. You don't have to have that right angle for the hands. So let's come hands on bricks and take your Adho Mukha Svanasana positions. Lengthen the legs, straighten them, straighten your arms and turn the upper arms from the inside out. So remember that we really do need to draw the muscles of the upper arms and the muscles around the shoulder blades to maintain the shoulders effort-free. I mean, they are, we're relying on the rotation of the shoulders, but we want the muscles around them to make the shoulders move. Okay. Bend the right leg, bring it by the right brick, sorry. And now we will extend the left hand. Lift the left hand, draw the curtains with the left hand. Stay there and bring the left heel to the ground. Stay rotating and opening the curtains, lengthen the tailbone down. Now, we're going to stretch over to the right. Right leg is stretching, left arm is stretching. Extend your body. Grip your hips and lift the abdomen. If you need to lift your brick, lift your brick. Draw the curtains once more to come to Parshva Kunasana. Now bend your right leg again. Stretch the arm again over your head. And now bring the two hands to the brick. Extend the right leg back. Downward facing dog. Without further ado, bring the left leg forward. Release the right hand from the brick and draw the curtain. So away from the brick. Lift the chest, lift the abdomen. Now grip the hips to maintain the balance there. Extend the right leg so that it is touching the floor with the heel, and then straighten the left knee, straighten the right elbow. Trikonasana, from against gravity. Rotate the left shoulder back. Now draw the curtains again, bend the left knee. Open that right shoulder and elbow back. And now, Parshva Kunasana, extend that arm over your head with that tremendous extension of the side of the body. Bring the two hands down and extend into downward dog. Come down onto your hands and knees. And I'll show you what we're going to do now. So this is another action that we have done many times, especially this week for back arches. At the beginning of the week, we were using a brick behind us to come into some kind of deep diagonal action with triangle pose. Because today we're working from against gravity, we will do it from the ground up. Let me show you. This is called In other types of yoga, they call it fallen triangle, but I don't really like the word fallen. So we're going to say it's a blossoming triangle or something like that. From a plank, we're going to come from dog to a plank. It may take adjusting of the legs. The distance cannot be, specific, a precise one. So from here, we will come into the opposite elbow. So my right leg will come into the opposite elbow. We've done that before. Right knee to left elbow, and then I will extend the leg forward and take my left arm up. So we've just done Trikonasana, almost similar to Trikonasana, but we'll carry on going. How much more can we go? And then go back, 2 hands on the bricks, and I'll try to drop the buttocks without touching the floor. So it's almost like an upward facing dog. It's a beautiful stretch of the front thigh, outer thigh. And then we will come back the same way we came in. So shall I do it again? Opposite leg to elbow, extending forwards, and then opening, 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 and then coming back down to the 2 hands on bricks, extending. The front leg will extend more to the side as I lift my chest, and then come back down. So the key is not to drop your buttocks all the way. All right? You can, if you have tight lumbar spine today, Janet, or anyone else, you can, you can do this without coming all the way back, because that will entail a lot of action from the lumbar spine on that side. It's also a great exercise to prevent any injuries, because those muscles, the love handle muscles, are being kind of protective, like a mesh, away from the rib cage. So it's a great exercise. Anything that is turning and twisting and extending to the long leg is really beneficial for avoiding side lumbar spine collapsing or pinching. But we'll do it. If it is too much, stay in the side and don't do the arch back if you have a lower back problem. Let's do this. So start in all fours. Tuck the toes under on both legs and come up to downward dog. Make it a large dog, so be on the tip of your toes. So you've got plenty of room. Lock your elbows, come forwards to a plank, and then lift your right knee up to the left elbow. Right knee to left elbow. And then extend that right leg away across your body. We can all do this, even if you have a period. In the toes of the left foot are still in plank. Release your release your left hand away from the brick and extend your body sideways. So we'll do Parshva Kunasana or triangle pose the same way we did a moment ago. So stretch that outer left hip away. Now, can you carry on going back? Place the whole left foot on the ground now. Go back and arch your back. Lift and come forwards. 2 hands on the ground. And now we're taking that left leg back onto a plank, but release down into upward facing dog with the leg across. Don't place the buttocks on the floor. Suck up from your hips and the abdomen and come back into dog. Forwards for a plank and bring your left knee up to the right elbow. Stretch the left leg in front of you across your body. Release the right hand Stretch to the side first. Place the foot, the whole heel of the right one on the ground now. Can you carry on opening? Lift the chest. Grip the shoulder blade muscles. Lift the pubic bone and the navel. Now go back. 2 hands on the bricks and lower your buttocks. Still you're doing plank with your right. Lower your buttocks and lift your chest. You're doing upward dog with the hands on the bricks and one leg across your body. Back into downward dog and Adho Mukha Vrasana, child's position, or downward dog, or Uttanasana even. If you cannot bend your knees, go to Uttanasana, which is folding forwards. 2 feet on the ground and let your body hang there. This is for those of you who cannot bend knees. Okay, so now, this one is like we've been preparing the whole class for these 2 next asanas. They will entail going into that fallen triangle or blossoming, whatever triangle, and then we will do Parvrita Upavista Konasana. Let me show you very briefly, and then we'll proceed. So, again, from downward dog to a plank, I will do it. Let me see, where should I face here? If I face this way, we're turning away. Sorry. We're bringing the knee up all the way to the opposite elbow and then to that triangle position. From this triangle position, again, you may need to adjust that back leg. We will lift up and almost feel that you're hanging from a rope here. So, lifting the 2 feet, I'm staying on the heel of the 2 feet, and then that front leg is sliding a little, and then up again. 1, 2, Upavista Konasana, 3, and then all the way to that fallen triangle and up into downward dog. So basically we need a little bit of room to stretch that leg forward. If this is too much for the hamstring of that back leg, because most of the weight will be received by this shoulder, this arm, and that thigh, that hamstring, you can bend the leg. The important thing is that you don't collapse the buttocks down on the floor. Okay, shall we do it? It's fun. It's fun. You'll see. Again, those of you who have wrist injuries, hang your fingers down. Up into downward facing dog. Straighten your legs. Come into a plank, and we will be lifting the right knee up to my left elbow. Then extend your right leg across your body to the right, to the left side. Now release the left hand and lift it up. Now you may need to adjust the space or the rotation of that back leg. Come onto the heels on both legs and sit without sitting, lift up. Sit without sitting, Upavista Konasana, lift up. Sit without sitting, lift up again, and then 2 hands on the bricks. Lower the buttocks. We have to come into downward dog now. Bend that right leg, bring yourselves into downward dog. And then immediately after into a plank, bending the left knee up to the right elbow and take that leg across. Right leg is still in a plank. Now we have to release the left hand, the right hand, lift up. Pretend that you're hanging with the right hand from a rope. Come onto the heel on both legs. Sit down without sitting. Lift up again. Roll on the heels. Sit without sitting. Lift up again. Last one. Sit without touching the ground. Lift up again. 2 hands on the bricks, and then bring your buttocks forwards into upward facing dog. Same weight on both wrists. Come back into downward dog. Hands on knees, and rest in child's pose one more time. Take a little moment. When you're ready, come back to sitting. Okay. We will give the wrists a rest, and we will have the 2 bricks as they were a moment ago. And I will come into Dandasana with my 2 legs in between the bricks. Let me show you, because this is also a bit kind of, it looks complicated, but it's not actually. I will be sitting in Dandasana with my 2 feet in between the bricks, but then immediately after, I will bring my right foot to the right brick. So the heel, I hope you can see, is on the right brick. This left foot will open in Upavista Konasana, sideways. And then we will do some actions, closing and opening. So my right elbow will go to the ground. If the right elbow doesn't go to the ground, you've got the brick, the extra brick, and you can use that brick in whichever height you need. 1, 2, or 3. Again, this is ideal for those of us who have lumbar spine problems. Because again, we are exercising those muscles at either side. It's the initiation of the sciatic nerve also. So if you cannot reach the ground with your elbow, you will have the brick. And the action of the arms is, again, drawing the curtains, but the ideal thing is elbows together and then open up. So that's the aim. Elbows together and then open. Elbows together and then open. So close and open, and then we'll stretch and stretch and see if we can catch. If you cannot catch, just in case, you can have a belt handy and you catch the belt instead of the foot. But that's not compulsory. You can just basically stretch your arms and be happy that way. So I will start, of course, using the other left, but it's only so that you can see what I'm doing. From Dandasana, take your right foot onto the brick and lift the left leg up and over. Janine, for some reason, the camera has gone off. There you go. So I'm in Upavista Konasana, but my right leg is stretching a little bit more strongly than usual because I have it on the brick. Now, John, if you can, or John, Pascal, anyone with very tight hamstrings, you can sit on some support here. We're not going to balance, so you can put a couple of blocks under your buttocks. From here, try and see if you can extend over to the right and bring your elbow down. If the elbow doesn't go down, use your brick. I will use your brick to. I will use the brick just to illustrate how much we can open the chest. Here. From there, keep your forearm down, and then we will bring the left forearm together with the right, as if we were clapping with the whole elbow, forearm, hand, and then moving away into a goal post. With your gaze, follow the left hand. Follow the left hand and lift the chest. Go down, touch your elbows. Lift the chest, Touch your elbows. Keep the abdomen lifted. Touch your elbows. If it is too much for the hamstring of the left leg, you can bend it. And now stay opening. Can you now extend the right arm along your leg and catch wherever you can reach? You can reach the big toe mound, or you can reach the ankle or the shin. Wherever you can reach is fine. Stretch the left arm over your head now. Notice if you can reach the toes, the little toe edge side of the foot. Open again. Again, if you have pain in the back of the left leg, you can bend that left leg. Otherwise, extend the two heels away from you. Inhale, come back to the center. Put the second brick in place, because we will need it for the leg now. And now, hands outside your hips. We will be, first of all, releasing the right foot inside the bricks. Lift and bring the other foot together with the right, sorry. So now, lift the left foot on top of the left brick. Lift the right, go over the brick, all the way in Upavista Konasana. I'll be doing it on the other side. So, left foot on the brick, Upavista Konasana with your right. The left heel is on the brick. Don't have the brick under your calf muscle. Straighten the torso. And then stretch over to the left and see if you can bring your elbow down. If you can bring your elbow down, keep the forearm down as well. Otherwise, use your brick, whichever height you can keep it is going to be fine, because what we're exercising here is the transverse and obliques, and we're not necessarily worrying about the angle, but the quality of the twist. So go down wherever you can reach, and then open up your right arm. Bring the two elbows together. Extend and open. Two elbows together. Lift the chest and open. Close and open. Extend the two heels. Lift the abdomen. Close and open. Close and open. And we're staying here in an open arm position. Start traveling your left arm along the leg and see where you can reach. Extend the heels away. Now bring your right arm over your head. Feel that stretch from the outer hip of the right to the fingertips. Can you reach the outer side of your foot here? Can you peep through that window? And then inhale, come back up to the center. And bring your left leg down into the middle of the two bricks. Bring the right leg all the way to Dandasana. And bend your knees. We're going to do Supta Badakanasana in this way. Take a look. We will catch, instead of using a belt, we will catch the front ankles and go back. The body is the prop. So first we will, oops, I forgot I had the microphone. I've just buried the microphone inside my lumbar spine. Go down, heels, you're catching from the heels. This is the first position. The second position will be like a happy baby position, still catching your ankles. So we are going to bring the shins to a vertical angle. And then last of all, we're going to do that Upavista Konasana, where we are pulling from the ankles again and taking one foot at a time down to the floor. And then we'll go back to Badakanasana. So let's make sure we've got enough room. Catch your front ankles, roll yourselves back, open the two knees, and take the two soles together. You're catching from inside, Kate G. Yes, like from the front. Let me show you. From this action, so you're catching as if you were drawing your ankles closer to you. And that's how you're maintaining the hands there, gripping the ankles and extending the heels away from the knees, extending the knees down to the mat. So tighten the arms because that will also help release the shoulders. Push away from your body with your knees and pull in towards your body with the outer ankles from the hands. Lengthen the neck. You can close your eyes for this as well. Now, you will separate the 2 feet and lift the shins so that they are vertical. Don't let go of your ankles though. Lift the shins, vertical shins, horizontal feet and thighs. So you want to do this kind of goal pose now with your legs. Notice how the pelvis has tilted in the other way now. Before, when we were doing Badakanasana, the pubic bone wanted to go down. And now the pubic bone easily comes up because the buttocks are slightly lifting and the waist is also on the ground. You can rock from side to side, taking one knee to the ground, the other knee to the ground. Keep pulling from your ankles so that you open the chest and the pectoral muscles are not contracted. And then last of all, still without letting go of your ankles, stretch your legs. So it may well be that your legs don't go too wide. It may well be that your legs go all the way down into a 180-degree angle. So take the foot, one foot at a time to the ground by rocking on your lumbar spine, releasing, massaging, touch the ground and come back. Use the hands and arms as a belt to support your outer legs. And then bend the legs carefully back, still without letting go. Bend them back into Badakanasana. Land the 2 feet on the floor and keep the 2 knees together and the 2 feet as wide as your yoga mat. So knees are bent, knees together, feet apart. So we are rolling the hips in exactly the opposite direction now. Open the arms out to the sides if you can and have room. Take them to, again, to a goal pose position or release your arms by your sides if that is too much for your shoulders. Soften the abdomen and create relaxation, just recover. Recover is the word. Recover the shoulders, recover from all this strain or straining positions for the shoulders and upper back. If you would like to straighten your legs in a full Shavasana, you can do that now. Otherwise, stay exactly in that position. You can cover your eyes with a belt or with a t-shirt or something if you would like to. And relax your jaw, the tongue in your mouth. Lengthen the tailbone away from the waist. Lengthen the neck away from the shoulders. Spread the lumbar spine. Spread across the collarbones. Feel the release around the shoulder blade area.